Hey everybody, it's Kai from Techno Funk Boy. Well, I actually just wrapped up doing the soundtrack for the latest episode of In Defense of Liberty. Um, that I this one actually this happens sometimes. This even happens with Dyson Drury sometimes. It's just like the um, the weight of the story just just kind of hits me, and as I'm going through some musical themes. Um, Especially when I'm trying to just like pull out of them this emotion that I want I that I think the story deserves and that I want you to feel. Um that that really that I mean it sometimes I wonder I really think it kind of hits me most of all as I'm really trying to think deeply about these things and come up with something musically that that works. I wanted to share. I want to share this part of this with you. I wanted to, kind of walk you through it because I'm doing something in this song that I don't. It isn't our first instinct to do, but I do think that you can very often write something like really touching and melancholic, even in a major key, and that's what I was trying to do here. And so this song, and this is a theme that kind of runs throughout this episode, is in D major, and in fact it's centered around a D major seven chord. Now that the major seven chord is is something that's always struck me um, as particularly melancholy, even though it's in a major key. So if our normal C chord is here, we're going to actually drop the one of those C's into a major seventh. So just half step down, and it's got that dissonance to it that I think is very very cool. And uh, and so that's kind of what's going on here, and it's really simple. It's just chords. There's not really a melody to it, um, and and it kind of it goes like it kind of goes like this. So what we do is we should start with yeah. I just realized, you know what, we dropped the octave so I can actually play where people can see, right? All right. Um, so we actually have a D major seventh here because we dropped that D half step down, and I'm going to be using these just two notes in the treble consistently, and we're going to walk down the bass from a D major seven into an A slash C sharp, then an A. Okay. Then we're actually just going to hit some just like chords that we would hit in this key. So um, first we're going to have a B minor, and then G, and then back up to that A, which is going to be our fifth, and that's going to provide the tension to get us back to the D. But the D has that dissonance to it, and so the D doesn't actually fully bring us to rest. So when we go from the A, and you notice when I'm going to go up to the D in the bass, but these two fingers at least aren't going to move. So that tension is still there a little bit. It's one thing. It's just I really love about that chord is it lets us, it's one of those things that lets us do something that's a little, a bit more sad, even in a major key. And and I thought that was very appropriate for tonight. So like as as just behind the scenes, because you might be interested in this. Um, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot when we get into kind of legal opinions in the episode. What I try to do with the music is to just kind of get us into a groove and um, and use that to keep energy up a little bit, not to like the level of like a dance number or anything, but just something smooth, something cool in the background. And when I was prepping for this episode, I I was working on one that you do hear in the episode, but not nearly as much as I expected it. And in fact, you don't actually hear the melody of it. That I'll save for a future episode. I got to the end and realized that I never actually got to it, uh, which is fine. Well, like I said, I thought I'd use it a lot more in this episode, but I didn't. And it's because I mean, just from the very first line of the episode, um, the story of it and the tragedy of it hit me, and I thought that was much more important to get across at the beginning of the episode is the senseless tragedy of it. And so that's kind of what I was doing in this episode. The it's very very simple chord progression, but I think it's very effective in the podcast. And so I really do hope you enjoy it. If you're not listening to In Defense of Liberty, I really do encourage you to. It's just an absolutely great podcast, and I'm really really happy to be a part of it in the small way that I am. And so I do hope that you enjoy that. Please do check that out. If you enjoy this sort of content, we talk a lot more about games and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but and also original music. But I do like I do get excited sometimes about what we're doing musically and what we're playing with, and I do like to actually you know tell you all about that stuff. And so if you do like this sort of content and want to see more, please do check out my channel. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button and that little bell in the corner that's going to let you know when new videos come out. I've got actually a little bit of a backlog that we're going to be getting to very very soon. I got to tell you, the holidays were not nice to me. just just in just the being bombarded with stuff to do, and I kind of let things get away from me. So we're gonna get back into the swing of things here very very soon, as soon as I can. So really do appreciate it, and we'll catch you the next time.